Hello my friends, it is Katty and I'm back with another process video for you guys. This is another one for the Spiegelmom Scraps design team. This is actually a layout for a triple hop event that we're having this weekend. So it's a lot of fun. We've had amazing guest designers. So definitely I'll have a link to my blog post below so you can follow along and be entered to win a prize. So for this layout, today is actually Mixed Media and Cork Sunday. So we had Felty Friday, Sequence Saturday, and today is Mixed Media and Cork Sunday. So I'm going to do some mixed media and use some cork. So I'm beginning with this stencil. This is by Teresa Collins, and it's little triangles, and I've masked off a big triangle, or not a triangle, a big diamond, and I'm using some acrylic gloss medium is what I'm using here. So this is just a gloss medium. It's very pretty. It dries clear, but you can still see the shine of it. So it's really nice. You could actually use this to create sort of a resist, do like a resist technique over it. But I'm gonna actually just take my same stencil. I added it in a few areas on the page. I did a big diamond in the middle, and then I did a couple smaller diamonds around it. And then I'm going to actually go in with the same stencil. All I did was just flip it over, and then I'm going to add in the spots where there are no triangles, I'm going to add triangles in colors using my Shimmers products, which are from the Spiegelmom Scrap Shop. So I'm going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to use a, first I'm using, which one am I using? The orange one. The orange one is Dreamsicle. So I'm using that one first, and then I'm going to also use the turquoise one, which is See You in the Morning, and I'm going to use a pink one. I was going to use a coral one, but I decided to use a pink one, which is called Tutti Frutti. So I went ahead and did this off camera, obviously, because this does take some time to dry, and I went ahead and came back when it was all done. So obviously I can't make you guys wait and watch me do this. So I took my 3 pictures. One of these pictures I have actually scrapped before, but I realized that I had this series of pictures, and they're of my niece, and she's just so darn cute. So I decided to scrap them again, or one of them again. The other ones I had not scrapped. So what I did is I just cut a little diamond pattern out of just regular cardstock, and I just cut that by hand, and then I cut my pictures in a diamond pattern. So what I did, I don't have a lot of mint colored, or like this particular color pattern paper. So I took this tape. This is by Scotch. It's almost like a washi tape by Scotch, except it's thicker. And I used that to map my photos. So I'm going to I just adhered a bunch of strips to this white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to use that to map my photos. So I'm going to cut around it, and I'm just going to leave a thin layer of that. And I really love how that turns out. It adds the perfect amount of color, and that color is perfect. It's beautiful. So went ahead and do that, and I just cut around those triangles, and I did print my pictures in black and white, obviously. I think it just allows you to just kind of go crazy with the colors and do whatever you want, and it's not going to really affect it. So I wanted to place my 3 photos in those areas there where I just placed them right now. That was not planned at all. I just started playing around with the stencil, and this is kind of what I came up with, and the pictures just kind of landed perfectly in those spots. So it was not planned. My layouts are usually not planned. I just start working. I have like a thought, and I just start working at it, and then it just ends up being something that I like. So I'm taking these little triangle pieces, which are part of an ephemera pack. I'm like 99% sure this was the My Mind's Eye On Trend ephemera pack, the first On Trend collection, because I know there was 2 On Trend collections. This is the first one. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out a triangle from the center of that triangle, because it already has like a punched out, you know, center, but I'm cutting around it to just make it a little bit bigger of an area. And what I'm going to do with these 2 pieces is I'm going to create 2 little shaker pockets. So really easy, really fun. I'm taking some acetate, which you see me cutting down here. This is heat resistant acetate, and I'm adding adhesive, and I go ahead and I break my little triangle there. Not in the plan, obviously, but it's okay. I just add a little bit of glue and some washi tape to it, and it's all okay. But yeah, that was not in the plan to rip my little triangle. In the end, I actually placed a little embellishment, a little cork embellishment over it, but yeah. So I'm just getting my little triangle back together here, piecing it back together, and I go ahead and add adhesive to the back of that triangle and stick that down to my acetate. If you don't have acetate and you want to do this, you could use packaging, like any packaging from like thickers or ephemera or something. Just any packaging that you have will work just fine for this. You just need something clear to go over, and obviously so the sequins won't fall out. And then I'm using dimensional foam tape. I have this big roll, so I just cut it down into thin strips, and I am using that behind. So I'm actually going to do 2 layers of the foam tape. So I do 2 layers to make it just be a little bit higher. And I'm using this sequin mix, which is one of the new sequin mixes in the shop, and I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Mocha Mint Dream. Sorry about that, didn't have it in front of me. So I went ahead and just did that, and then I added a piece of white cardstock to the back. You can see there I did 2, and then the other little triangles I stuck underneath them. And I also used 2 other triangle pieces, which are bigger, which are on the top and bottom, which are also from that On Trend collection. These words, I believe, are also from them. The reason I'm not sure is because I took my ephemera apart, some of it, and I started color coding it. As you can see there to my left is my little mint embellishments. So I'm almost 90% sure, 99% sure that this is from that collection. So I also added a few pieces of ephemera. That little flower to the left, in the left photo, I think that's Dear Lizzie, I'm not sure. It's like a little chipboard piece. The little hashtag family, I think, is from the On Trend collection too. The arrow on the right side is from On Trend, and the little flower there to the right, I think I got in a pocket letter. So, not sure what that is. So what I'm doing here, I want to use this as my title, but if I just lay it on top of the layout with that busy background, it's gonna kind of just fade in, or it's not really gonna show or pop off the page like I would want it to. So what I did was I stuck it on some vellum, and then I'm just cutting, just fussy cutting around the whole thing. And then that's going to kind of group it together so that it's one piece and it's easier to move around, and then it's going to show up a lot better on my layout. So at this point I'm just trying to decide where exactly I want it on my layout. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of fussing around with it and trying to see where I want that to lay. So I decide I'm going to go through my ephemera here, and I decide to take this tag. And this tag is actually a piece of ephemera from, it was a Kaiser Craft ephemera pack. Something spring, I can't remember what the collection was, but it's a little bit older. And I had that in my little pack as well of mint ephemera. So it's just like that mint color, and then it's got the like coral sort of flowers on it. So it's really pretty. So I decided to just stick that title straight onto that. So it's going to have something to kind of pop it up and make it stand out even more. And it also adds some fun, something else fun down there to the layout. And I do use some foam, fun foam behind it to pop up that tag so that it can be raised and be at the same level as my photos. So the 2 side photos I matted on 1 layer of fun foam, and the middle one I matted on 2 layers of fun foam. So I am, at this point, what am I doing? I'm just adding some of my cork pieces. These are from the Spiegelmom scrap shop. And what I decided to do is something I saw, I think it was one of our guest designers the other day do on the Spiegelmom Scraps blog. And she actually used, she actually put little gold stardust stars on half of, I think she did it in hearts too. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using the same gel medium, the gloss medium that I used at the beginning, and I'm just putting that with a paintbrush onto the cork, and I'm just sprinkling little stardust on it. And these are little tiny gold stars, which are adorable. I love these so much. So that's what I'm doing there. And I'm gonna do that on a couple of those, and I'm gonna do 3 actually. And I'm going to sprinkle those around on my layout. And I love how that turns out. It adds a really nice touch to the layout. That's what I love about these embellishments from Spiegelmom scraps. They're just small, and they're perfect to just add finishing touches to your layout. So really, really fun. So I'm just going to kind of fix my little stars and make sure they're not like all bunched up on top of each other. And yeah, that's what I'm doing there, just kind of making them pretty. So I come back, and I had actually added some tangled thread off camera, some just mint colored tangled thread, and I added in 2 spots, and then actually when I turn the camera off, I do it in a 3rd spot, which is on the right side of the top photo. So you'll see that in the still shots. And then I decided my title still wasn't popping out enough, so I take this black Sharpie pen, and I'm gonna just outline the whole thing. So I'm just using this this paper pad, which is actually the paper pad that I used to grab that piece of paper, the one you see to the right, which is kind of cut up. And I actually did map my photos on that as well. And this is a Studio Calico paper pad. It's an older paper pad. So I'm just using that to kind of give my title the height that it needs so that it can be balanced and I can trace around it. So at this point, I am happy with my title the way that it looks. I like the thread. I'm going to go ahead and adhere down my little cork pieces. And I love how they turned out. They're really, really fun. So just going to add 3 hearts and 3 stars as well. The stars, I do add on top of each star another little star. And they're just little chipboard stars, 2 of them, like a mint one and a pink one. I think those are from Chipboard Pack by Me and My Big Ideas. And then for the 3rd star, I add a gold little star from one of the sequin packs from the shop. I can't remember which one it was right now, but it's from one of the sequin packs from the Spiegelmom Scraps shop. So then I'm adding those 2 little triangles down there because I just had them extra, and I figured let me just use them because I already have a ton of triangles going on here, so might as well use another one. And just getting everything down with my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And I'm going to move around and these pieces are actually the one I just placed right now are from that same tape, that washi tape that I cut up, that I put behind the photos. It was actually a pattern, like it was a square pattern, so I just cut up one of them and made it just half and half on the top and on the bottom, so just adds another little detail to my layout. So very happy with that. Oh, there's that that star that I used, that gold star. I think that's the Hot Right Now sequin pack. I don't have it in front of me, but I think that's what it is. And yeah, just swapping out those 2, and that is it. So here are the close-ups. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. We'll have a link to my blog post and the shop below. Use my code Katty15 for 15% off. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this. And I will see you guys very, very soon with another process video. Bye!